How's it going, sir?
Good, good. Tell us first, how was your practice out there today?
Practice was good. Everyone was locked in. Um, just fine tuning at this point, just sharpening the steel. So I think we had a really locked in practice today. So we're looking forward to the game this weekend.
Well, very good. Now tell us, this past week against Connecticut, you had a 31-yard reception, and that's it's always good when the tight ends get a chance to handle the ball. Tell us about that play, if you would.
Yeah, we had practiced it. We'd executed it all throughout the week, and we were pretty much counting on it. So whenever the whole offensive line did their job and the receivers and quarterbacks made their read, we had joked about them earlier. That was a low high read, but when it came to the game, everyone executed their job, and it just the dice rolled in our favor, I'd have to say.
Absolutely not. Just a thought. Tell us a little bit about your role as a tight end. It's a lot of blocking, and in the option offense. Tell about some of the keys to doing the tight end job well for Army.
So first off, shout out to Coach Drinkle and Chris Cameron, because those guys are great mentors to me, and they great coach and player as a teammate of mine. But those guys helped develop me as a player and as a tight end. Like we play a very unique position in our offense. So rarely do we ever just play tight end. We usually play tackle or receiver. So going into that, we kind of get both sides of the fun. We play in two different neighborhoods for the most part, but it's pretty fun. We get to do both and have highlights in both.
You good, Sal?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Josh, how are you?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Good, good. Can you talk to us a little bit about the work that you put in the off season to get to where you are today, to get on on the field as a starter for Army?
Yeah, so this whole off season was great. We pretty much tried to marinate our culture this past year. So we try to just every day try and toughen it more, play faster, play harder, play more intellectually. And so this whole off season was a grind, but we loved every single second of it. Wasn't a day that went by that we just didn't look forward to practice, that we loved it. And so just that whole, just looking forward to the next play, next game, and this next season was just a huge blast for us. So everyone came up to the stadium workouts super pumped up every day.
Did you personally set any goals for yourself in the weight room or maybe in the off season that you want to achieve?
Basically, like I was coming off a foot injury, so I was just trying to put myself in the best position coming off of that. So upper body strength, lower body strength, speed, and coordination. I was trying to get that back to par of where it was. And in my opinion, I think I surpassed that par. So I think shout out to Coach Hughes and all the other strength coaches that put me in a position to get better and recover from that injury and just get back on the field.
Can you talk about what it's like being coached by Coach Drinkle and just his enthusiasm for the game and this offense?
Yeah, so Coach Drinkle's an awesome guy, super smart. He knows how to coach people. And so that's like a huge concept that intrigues me as like going into an officer, his coaching style. And so being able to be coached by him, and he likes to have fun. And so every day we're trying to have fun, enjoy practice, and we're trying to spread that energy to the rest of the team. And for me, it's a blast along with Chris. So.
Can you think of any of the fun moments that really still ring in your mind from the season, or just stuff that was a little bit quirky, but made it still feel like football?
I read probably like the jokes we kind of crack on the sideline after big plays, and just hooting and hollering on the sideline after our teammates doing good and everyone just high-fiving and stuff afterwards. We think that's a blast. So mainly just those moments, to be honest with you, and probably just slick jokes at practice about just literally anything. He's a pretty funny guy. So.
Hey, Josh, just to ask you about where you're from in, I understand Panama City, Florida, and why you decided to come to West Point.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm from Panama City, Florida. My huge motivator for me was my whole family. We have a long tradition of military in my family. And so initially I just looked at, before been offered here, I've been looking to come here for quite a bit of time. And whenever Coach Monken and the whole office staff slid me my offer, I was pretty excited to begin with. So I'd already had my mind at this place. So that was pretty exciting. And all my coaches back in high school. Like those guys were huge mentors to me and like who I become today. So.
I understand you went to the prep school for a year. How did that help you? How does that year work as far as, I mean, I know you're looking forward to going to starting West Point, but you spent a year preparing. How did that go for you?
Prep school was a huge thing for me, and I'd been given the option to go to prep and direct as well. And so for me, going to prep was the easiest option for me because I knew it'd just be another year to play football and develop as a player under Coach Wolfholm and Coach Nichols. Those guys put a huge effort and time into our personal development as physically and like as a character of leader of character. I mean, but those guys are huge. Like these guys develop people tremendously up there, and I'm super thankful that I had the role of B player underneath them.
Absolutely. Now, Josh, just tell us a little bit about Miami. We were talking to Coach Munkin about their defense a little bit today. They got a couple of guys that are pretty good at generating tackles for loss. They're aggressive on defense. Tell us, what have you seen about the Miami defense so far?
So far, they're really respectable on the defensive side of the ball. So our scouts have been doing a really good job of giving us looks all week and preparing for us for that. And so defensively, we're just gonna try and do our best, and we'll see what they throw at us, and we'll react and respond violently and quickly. So